Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours, and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
Hello and welcome to Lawrenceburg, where Anderson County is taking on Bourbon County tonight. Football action, Lanny Brannick along with Keith Klink. Glad to be with you, Keith.
Glad to have you back.
It's been a little while since we've done an Anderson County game from home.
Yes.
Catch us up on what's happened in the last couple of weeks.
Well, we've lost 3 in a row. And sometimes it hadn't been pretty, but starting the district schedule tonight against Bourbon County.
Yep.
And these are the games that count. Okay, last week against Collins, the Cats were tied with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 28 points by Collins later in the quarter, and the game was out of reach by the half. Isaiah Fitzpatrick scored all of Anderson County's points on runs of 30 and 39 yards. He also added a 2-point conversion. Defensively, the Cats were stymied by Collins' air attack, which accounted for 5 touchdowns. Darren Derringer led the Cats with 12 tackles, which is more than a handful. Fitzpatrick and Brady Klink each had 3. Fitzpatrick also had an interception. Injuries have hurt the Cats so far this year, and the Cats lost Dylan Davis probably for the rest of the season. And
huge loss. Big loss.
Big loss, yes. And lost Hunter Ewell last week with a concussion. They're getting back Austin Beasley, and Ryan Stratton will be a game time decision. We're going to break for the national anthem.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Miss Sylvia, this is John from Anderson Apothecary. I was just calling to see how you were feeling today.
John goes above and beyond for each and every customer that we have.
He jumped right on it. If someone needed help, John would be the first guy there. No questions asked, nothing. He'll be there.
John just wanted to open a hometown pharmacy just to take better care of his customers.
Well, I sure am glad you're feeling better. We're going to be bringing your medication by here just shortly. Is there anything else I can pick up for you?
If you haven't met John yet, come out and meet him, and you'll like him just as much as we do.
So when you think about a banking relationship, you want someone who's going to be there with you in good times and particularly in bad times. And when we think about traditional bank, that's the kind of partnership and family member we're looking for. They have the same values we have, they care for their people, and they want you to do well. My name is Heatley Bell, and I am the managing partner of Mill Ridge Farm.
Welcome back, and Keith will now continue with the rundown of the Bearcats' last couple of weeks.
Okay, said that Ryan Stratton, who got hurt a couple weeks ago, was going to be a game time decision, but I saw Ryan down there before the warm-ups, and he was in street clothes, so he's not playing tonight. The Cats lost a tough game to Bourbon County last year, in a game they dominated every place but on the scoreboard. That loss led to a losing streak, which has continued through this year. A couple other notes real quick. First, congratulations to the Lady Bearcat golf team for winning the regional. They played their first round of the regional today down in Bowling Green, and they are in a tie for 10th. Also, I'd like to say happy birthday to the Reverend Chuck Brumley, one of our listeners who's been watching us ever since we came on. Chuck is having a birthday today, so want to say hi to you, Chuck. Okay, we've got Lanny to tell you about Bourbon County.
Well, Bourbon County is an interesting season, and last year that Bourbon County-Anderson game was so weird. They have a history of weird games going back and well into the 80s. But last year we walked away from the Bourbon-Anderson game thinking, how did they lose? So, I hope tonight is not that kind of situation where we walk out of here and say, how did one team lose? But Bourbon County has the weirdest loss of the season. Bourbon County beat Harrison County 34-14 in the first game of the year and ended up having to forfeit that game. So that score ended up being officially 1-0. So officially speaking, Bourbon County is 0-3 at this point. Their best player is, their quarterback is Clay Estes. He's 47 of 83 for 7 touchdowns, so they're not afraid to throw the ball. They average more than 2 touchdowns a game through the air and about 182 yards. Jalen Sidney is a veteran player. He's got a touchdown, 168 yards through 3 games. Bourbon County's not a big team, and they don't have a ton of players. I think we counted before the game they have 35 dressed, which means they probably have just a handful of experienced players, and Anderson County looks similar to that too. They just don't have the experience that they had 2 years ago and even last year. Last year was a big change from 2 years ago, but this year is a really different team, different coach. Bourbon County is coached by David Jones, and this is a Class 4A District 5 matchup, and we'll be underway here in just a moment.
Okay. Well, that game last year, the amazing thing about that game last year was Bourbon County scored all their points off of Anderson County touchdown turnovers or punt returns or kickoff returns or weird game. And then Anderson has a chance to win at the end and fumble the ball. So it was a weird game here. Let's see here. Anymore they have the toss of the coin before. I don't know if they have it even before we get here.
I don't know how they do it. I just know that they walk out there and they know who's going which way. It is a breezy night tonight.
Yes,
I do want to point that out.
Yes,
if you saw the flag before the game, it is blowing pretty good. We're 40 or 50 feet in the air in the press box, so it's we can tell it more than most.
It gets to us first. Anderson has Fitzpatrick and Russell back. Across the front, they've got Clank, Sizemore, the 66 that's 56. That's Meacham.
Corey McMahon is going to kick off for the Colonels here, sporting 12, new uniforms since we've seen them last two.
12 Richmond Boggs, 20 Josiah Wilson.
Running back Jalen Sidney, running back LaDamian Landrum. Their wide receivers are Parker Estes, who has 22 catches for 320 yards and 4 touchdowns through just 3 games, and Kagan Heflin, who has 26 catches and 220 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Okay, the referees have decided to huddle up here all of a sudden. Okay, out there for Anderson is Dylan Hawkins, Austin Meacham, Darian Derringer, Brady Clank, Isaiah Fitzpatrick.
Now, so Anderson does have the ball.
We were wrong there.
I never saw anybody point.
Okay, there's a sweep this way. And that was Russell. And he maybe got a yard.
Brought down by number 2 for the Colonels, and I'll get you his name in just a moment.
So, okay, we'll get it right here in a minute. We've got Russell, Joshua Brooks, who's replacing Dylan Davis, Cole Johnson. Anderson has 2 wings, man in motion.
Nice little move there through the middle.
Nice little run in the hole.
Brought down by number 66 for Bourbon County.
That was Russell, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 for Anderson.
That's Gabriel Ishmael on the tackle.
They've got Huntley Chilton. This is another uniform set I don't like, Lanny, because I can't see the numbers.
Yeah, they're tough.
Austin Jacob Castle's the quarterback. Here's the same play again by Fitzpatrick. He's
weaving his way through there. Nice.
And he's got the first down on the 48-yard line.
Cameron Boatwright on the tackle. He's number 12, sophomore.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats on their own 48.
Appreciate everybody tuning in on the Bluegrass Sports Network. We have expanded and we're doing some Franklin County games, and glad to still be bringing you our Anderson County Bearcats football and volleyball.
Anderson goes 4 wide, 3 to the far side, 1 to this side. And there's a pass through the hands of Russell.
They're going to call that an incomplete pass. The Bourbon County assistant coaches are correctly claiming the referee did not blow the play dead. We thought it was a fumble. No fumble.
Anderson has a wing on each side. There's a pitch this way. And that's Hawkins.
Ball's out. Bourbon County's picked it up.
And if Castle doesn't catch him, it's going to be a touchdown. And you know, Lanny, you hate to say it, but sometimes you need to go down.
Yeah. Yep, that's what happened there.
Sometimes you just need to go down.
Tavon Snowden picked up the ball and rumbled with it some 50 yards. And with 9:52 to go here in the first quarter, Bourbon County has a 1st and goal from the 8. Yeah, he just tried to get too many yards and too many hands on the ball.
Yep, there's times when you need to go down. Okay, Bourbon goes 4 wide, quarterback's in the shotgun. There's a handoff, and he's down to the 5.
That's Jalen
stopped
Sidney.
There by Beasley.
So Bourbon County has a different running back than what we have seen.
Beasley and Boggs. That's a gain of 3 to the 5.
Cameron Smoot there on the carry.
Bourbon comes out 4 wide again.
It's Esterson quarterback and Smoot at running back. Smoot again.
There's a handoff up the middle, and he's down to looks like about the 3, and that's the middle of Anderson's line. And we got a flag on the play. I've got a feeling we got a bench warning.
That's what I think it is too.
Sideline warning.
Anderson has a coach up.
And it looks like the ball's up between the 3 and the 4. That was the center Anderson's line that made that stop.
Bourbon County taking a long time here.
Yeah, they just started the clock.
Smoot the junior.
There's
the handoff
and
gonna be close.
He's down to the 1 yard line. That tackle's by Clank, I believe. Clank and Meacham.
I give about 99 to 1 odds they run the ball on 4th down, or at least don't kick.
Probably more than that.
Say it's
now they are taking a long time.
They're waiting on a substitute. Not sure.
That's the quarterback. He was over talking to the coach.
So if they don't hurry up, there's going to be a delay of game. They're in a shotgun.
Yep. They better hurry.
Estes hands to Smoot again.
He got in. He just barely got in. That was Derringer over there.
Touchdown, Colonels. 8:07 to go here in the first quarter, and Bourbon County takes a 6-0 lead.
Well, Lanny, last week by this time, I think we'd already had 3 touchdowns.
Well, we've only seen just a couple passes thrown, so the clock has run pretty much the whole time. McMahon for the point after.
And
I think that's wide right.
That's wide right. All right, 8:07 to go in the first quarter. Bourbon 6, Anderson nothing.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
Okay, here we go. Bourbon turned a mistake into points there, and they're ready to kick off, and it's
we got a light mist.
Yeah, well, it's starting. Yeah, I was gonna say it's starting to spit rain. See if we can pick this one up. That's a line drive there. Yeah, it's taken back inside the 10.
Ooh.
And boy, there's a good hit there on the 25-yard line. That was Russell.
So we don't look for a lot of throws out of the Bearcat offense, but this is a little different look than they've given the last couple of games. They've got a new wrinkle. They're still running a lot of the sweeps, though.
Yeah. And you know, when really you don't fumble, it'd have been 3rd and 3.
Yep. Nothing wrong with what they were doing before.
No. Man in motion. There's a handoff up the middle. And there's 5, 6.
This is what caused the problem the last time. So a Bourbon County player came out with the ball, but they said the play was over. I don't know. The Bourbon County player was out with the ball. That was Marcus Floyd before the whistle was over, but we're up here and they're down there, so they're the ones with the whistles. First down.
1st and 10 Anderson on the 30, their own 34. Man in motion. Here's a pitch this way. It's cutting it back up, and there's a gain of about 5.
So the interesting thing about football in the time of COVID without many fans, as you can hear the coaches on the field, the players on the field, the parents, you can hear them all talk, and The Bourbon County sideline not happy with the fact that one of their own players came out with the ball out of a scrum before the whistle was done.
And it looks like they gave him 4.
Yep, second and six from the 38. No wideouts.
There's the same play to the inside. It's cut up, and there's a first down.
Nice run.
I think that was Fitzpatrick.
Tackled by Gabriel Ishmael.
And
he was a junior.
First down on their 45.
We'll see if that extra point looms large as the Bearcats move their way down the field here.
First, and what do we got here?
Looks like a timeout.
Timeout, Anderson with 6:07 to go in the first quarter. Bourbon 6, Anderson nothing.
So when you think about a banking relationship, you want someone who's going to be there with you in good times.
They had the ball, didn't they?
And particularly in bad
They had
times.
the ball, didn't they?
And when we think about traditional banks,
yeah,
that's the kind of partnership and family member we're looking for. They have the same values we have, they care for their people, and they want you to do well. My name is Heedley Bell, and I am the managing partner of Mill Ridge Farm.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours, and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Of 6.
We just missed a gain of 6. Welcome back. Keith is looking up.
Josh Bixler, 23.
New backfield this week for the Bearcats.
Yeah, of course. Caleb Puckett went out the third play of the season, and then Hudson Ubel has a concussion.
That's dangerous for a high school kid.
2nd and 4 for Anderson on the Bourbon 49. Man in motion. There's an inside counter play, and he's loose. And did I see a flag? Yeah, there's a flag. I see a flag up here on the 39-yard line. That was Bixler.
Cameron Santiago on the tackle there. Has to be a hold, right?
I would think so. Well, no, he's pointing toward, chop block.
Chop block defense.
Or block below the knees or whatever it is. And that's going to be added on to the end of the run. That'll take it down to the 13-yard line.
That's a
what they're doing, they're cutting those ends.
Yeah.
And trying to stack the blocking up. And that used to be a real point of contention around here. Okay, ball's on the Bourbon 14, 1st and 10.
Anderson still has such a huge offensive line, still huge, even without Stratton. No wide receivers.
Man in motion. There's the pitch to Fitzpatrick. He's trying to get to the outside, and he's in for the touchdown.
Nice job. He just kept the legs churning and got outside the containment. So Bourbon County, we'll see if Anderson County can take a lead here. Be their first lead in about 3 games.
Yeah, it's first lead since Harrison County. And that was a game that we had so many chances to win that game. It was We fumbled 4 times inside their 15, or turned it over 4 times inside their 15. Well, no, they're not there. We are going for 2.
Just under 5 minutes, so yeah, a chance to put 2 on the board here.
There goes Fitzpatrick, and he's
going to be close. Oh, they're saying no good.
They're saying no good. Okay, with 4:57 to go in the first quarter, 6-6.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Hello, Miss Sylvia. This is John from Anderson Apothecary. I was just calling to see how you were feeling today.
John goes above and beyond for each and every customer that we have.
He jumped right on it. If someone needed help, John would be the first guy there. No questions asked, nothing. He'll be there.
John just wanted to open a hometown pharmacy just to take better care of his customers.
Well, I sure am glad you're feeling better. We're going to be bringing your medication by here just shortly. Is there anything else I can pick up for you?
If you haven't met John yet, come out and meet him, and you'll like him just as much as we do.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and Traditional Bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. 6-6. Anderson County, Bourbon County tied up. I thought they should have kicked there, Keith, but maybe their PAT team is not doesn't have a lot of confidence in that or what?
I really don't know. They practiced it before the ball game, but then, okay, we've got Tyler Peters kicking off. And it goes between the players and into the end zone, and Bourbon will take it over on the 20.
That was a lucky touchback for the Colonels, because the Bearcats were bearing down on them and could have easily gotten to that ball. Good kick, though. Really good kick.
Yeah. Well, of course, he's got a nice wind behind him.
No kidding. It's blowing about 10 to 15 miles an hour and gusting to about 20 at the press box level. Not sure what it's like on the field, but I imagine it's about the same.
Okay, Bourbon comes out. They've got trips to the far side, single receiver to this side. There's the hand. The quarterback keeps it on the option. He's missed back there by Clank, and that was – trying to see who that was that brought him down. It looks like Russell that brought him down.
I don't think that's considered a sack because Estes became a runner.
No.
So that's a loss of 2.
Loss of
2.5, 3 maybe. Bourbon County has only had really one chance to go 8 yards, and they did. So this is the first time we've seen them with any kind of open field.
Bourbon comes out with trips to the far side, single up to this side.
They're not afraid to throw it, that's for sure.
Oh, there's a pass across the middle that's dropped.
Wow. So Santiago, number 2, couldn't hang on to that one.
It was a little high, but it hit him right in the hands.
3rd and 12 with just over 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, 6-6.
And what they do is they've got it, Bourbon sticks 3 receivers over there, which leaves the middle pretty much wide open for a cut, for a slant.
Yeah, and a lot of times in high school football, everybody's single covered.
Yeah.
So they'll split out the 3 receivers. They cover them with a safety and then 2 cornerbacks.
Oh, there's snap over the quarterback's head, and he downs it on the 2-yard line. He had a little bit of room where he might have been able to pick it up and get some yardage back, Lanny, but they're punting from.
So risky to punt into the wind from the 1-yard line. If he had tried to pick it up, bad things might have happened. So I can't blame the young man for just falling on that one, but he had a little time.
Okay, Anderson's receivers are just back on the 40.
Bourbon's
the
punter.
Bourbon 40.
Bourbon's punter is literally on the back line.
There's a snap. It's a good one. And that's a safety. That's a safety. That was Clank. And Trevor McGowan back there.
Not sure what happened there. The punt or the snap was fine.
Ask some of the Bourbon. Maybe he's like the guy for UK, and he's a rugby style punter.
Not that I know of. It just looked like there was pressure immediately, and he tried to get out of the way of it, but that was no go. So Anderson County picks up 2. They will get the ball on a free kick, and we'll take a quick break. Maybe one commercial and come right back on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg. The Bearcats get a safety on just a weird play. On a punt, the punter got the ball in his hands, took off running, and got tackled in the end zone, 7 yards deep, and the Bearcats get 2 easy points.
Okay, we've got Fitzpatrick and Russell back. Bourbon's going to kick from placement.
This is a free kick. They choose to kick off from the ground.
And it's coming to Fitzpatrick. He drops it, kicks it around, picks it up. Anderson's got it. And, yeah, okay.
That was a merciful ending to that play.
That was Russell that finally came out of there with it.
Santiago on the tackle for the Colonels. Is it the wind tonight? It's a beautiful night for football.
It might be. The ball, just might not be carrying down to where the people are.
It is difficult to judge, and it's tough to kick into this wind. So the Bearcats have fumbled the ball 4 times now, collected 2 of them by effort and 1 by the refs. And lost 1.
Well, they turned it over 5 times, and that's been another bugaboo, Lanny. We have turned the ball over a bunch.
They would have had 4. They could have had 4 turnovers in this quarter.
And we've got delay a game.
And it'll be 1st and 15.
And that's one thing. That's one thing that's really hard on this offense is to get behind the chains.
Yeah, if you're 1st and 12 or 2nd and 9, there's not many plays in this playbook
it's really hard
to pick up 10 or 12 yards, not consistently anyway.
Okay, 1st and 15 for Anderson. There's a handoff up the middle, and there's nothing there. That's this time.
And the Bourbon County players reach down, pick them up. Sportsmanship. Most of the Bourbon County players, they're only dressing about 30 or 35. They're playing both ways. So their starting running back, Cameron Smoot, the junior, was on the tackle there. He's listed as running back defensive lineman. You don't see that every week.
No, you don't.
He's number 24 on the right end, playing right end.
Anderson puts a man in motion. There's a pitch this way, and there's a good play by Bourbon County. We didn't block anybody.
No, they attempted to trap there, and that just didn't go anywhere. And now it's third and 16, 17. Third and forever for this offense.
Yeah.
The public address announcer called it 3rd and long.
Well, Lanny, if you're starting to watch Bourbon's linebackers are creeping up.
Yep.
They're creeping up just before the snap. Minute 46 to go, 8-6 Anderson.
Bourbon has one deep safety, and everybody else is in a man and 3 linebackers right at the line of scrimmage.
And one coming.
And they're going to call a timeout.
And Anderson calls timeout with minute 32 to go in the first quarter. Anderson 8, Bourbon 6.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
Welcome back to the Bluegrass Sports Network. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, watching us on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook as well, and always go to our website, kybsn.com. That's kybsn.com. You can find all the games that we've streamed and our upcoming schedule and anything else associated with the Bluegrass Sports Network right there on the website. We appreciate everyone tuning in, and our sponsors as well.
Okay, Anderson's in the shotgun, has 2 wides. Bourbon's got a linebacker creeping up. There comes Fitzpatrick on the sweep. He's gotten to the outside, and he's out at the 47-yard line.
He's going to be about, what, 3 yards short there?
Well, it depends on where they mark it here. The official on that side was running way down there. Okay, 48-yard line, where it's going to be 4th and 6. And
I don't see any reason to punt here, honestly.
They're not. I'll help you out. I'll help you out. No, they're not going to punt.
This isn't that kind of game. You know, there's a short season. It's just play to win every down. Trying to draw them off sides, though. Are they going to take a timeout?
Yep, going to take another timeout. With a minute 27 to go in the first quarter. Anderson 8, Bourbon 6.
You're watching high school sports on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
And we're back. 4th down.
And 6.
Anderson tried to draw him off sides and then took a timeout. I think they'll run the play now.
And they got him that time. They got him that time.
It's still going to be 4th down, like 4th and inches maybe.
You know, I hate to say it, but Louisville did that 2 weeks ago when they were playing. I can't think who it was they were playing, but they lined up like it was going to be a fake punt, called to try to draw them off, and then went ahead and ran the fake punt.
The referee just walked 6 yards, by the way.
That was a 6-yard mark-off.
It was.
Yes, he did.
I don't understand what just happened, but the referee walked up there, walked 6 yards, and put the ball down and called it 1st down. It was 4th and 5.5.
Okay. Take them any way we can get them, Larry.
I guess so, right?
Take them any way we can get them. Anders puts a man in motion. There's a sweep coming this way. And they've got
going to be a tackle for a loss.
That was Bixler and a loss of a couple. 2nd and 12 for Anderson. With a minute to go in the first quarter.
Didn't see who on the Colonels got that tackle.
No, I did not.
But the Colonels are coming from the backside, just trying to track down the runner now.
Second and 12. There's
nice
cut up the middle. There's a nice run there by Darren Hawkins.
Brought down by Connor Yazel and a host of other Colonels. And the Bearcats are moving the ball here. By hook or by crook, and sometimes by the 10-yard run.
I don't think the Bearcats are going to run a play here.
Nope, that'll bring up the end of the first quarter. So interesting game, Keith. Lots of turnovers. It's been sloppy at times, and you know, just it's two young teams slugging it out. That's what you can call it. That's what it is.
Into the first quarter, Anderson 8, Bourbon 6.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamlined this paperwork, and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
Hello, Miss Sylvia. This is John from Anderson Apothecary. I was just calling to see how you were feeling today.
John goes above and beyond for each and every customer that we have.
He jumped right on it. If someone needed help, John would be the first guy there. No questions asked, nothing. He'll be there.
John just wanted to open a hometown pharmacy just to take better care of his customers.
Well, I sure am glad you're feeling better. We're going to be bringing your medication by here just shortly. Is there anything else I can pick up for you?
If you haven't met John yet, come out and meet him, and you'll like him just as much as we do.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Second and 6 for Anderson. Fitzpatrick's kind of limping off here a little bit.
They're already thin at running back.
Oh, Anderson had two men in motion. That's a loss of about 3.
Bourbon County will probably just take the results of the play.
Well, they never threw a flag.
No, there's one there in the backfield.
No, no, it's not. That's a glare.
No, there's one right at the 40.
Oh, was there? Okay, third and 10.
There's some sort of debris out there at the 32.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
So the Colonels decline that penalty. It's 3rd and 11.
Anderson puts three wides, 2 to this side, 1 to the far side.
See if the Colonels bring pressure like they have.
Ooh. Boy, let me tell you, that's a pass that your receiver says, don't throw that again.
Well, right?
Do not throw that again.
The receiver actually ducked the tackler.
And I do not blame him.
No, he was about to have his
I do not blame him one bit.
Head separated from his body there. That's a no-win situation. But the punter is not coming on the field for the Bearcats.
We need to hurry.
They're going to be delay of game here, and it's going to be 3rd and 15 or 16, or 4th and 16.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to matter much here. I'm not sure we're going to get the play off. And we didn't.
Everybody in the stands knew. We knew.
I'm not sure now I wouldn't punt. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, here comes the punt team.
Okay. We've got Caleb Robinson back after being out for a couple weeks.
Bourbon County still has their
regular defense out. Well, now they're sliding 2 out there. There's a snap. Oh, there's a shank, and that is a 6-yard punt.
So the Colonels will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. That was not a good kick. The special teams in high school football is always an adventure.
Yeah, they're down there working on Fitzpatrick's leg.
Hard to tell what's going on.
No, I can't tell. Trainer's in the way. Bourbon's got 2 receivers to each side. Quarterback's
back.
And there's a completion for about 4 or 5 yards.
I believe that's number 2, Santiago, all the way across the field. I can't really tell.
It's a gain of 5.
This is the first chance we've really seen of Bourbon's offense. They've had the ball almost none.
Yeah.
In this first half.
Yep. Well, it took 4 plays. It took them 4 plays to score, and then 3 plays to punt.
Yep. So this is their 9th play.
Bourbon has trips to the far side. There's a handoff up the middle, and he breaks a tackle, and he's got the first down up there on the 45-yard line.
That's Smoot.
That was Tanner Watts was one of them that was in there.
Smoot just found the hole and took off.
Bourbon puts trips to the far side. Single receiver to this side.
Estes gets the ball.
There's a handoff again. This time he's wrapped up. There's a bunch of Bearcats in there that time. There was Derringer and Chilton.
It brings up 2nd and 12 from the 42.
48. Well, it's actually, they've got the nose of the ball just on the 47, but the downs marker is on the 48. Okay, this time the trips are on this side.
Yes,
there's a little flanker screen, and he's loose, and he's going to go for a touchdown. We missed 2 tackles.
Jeremiah Jones on the reception and just beats the. That was Jones' 18th catch of the season and his first touchdown.
14-8, Bourbon County. 8:44 to go in the first half.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
So when you think about a banking relationship, you want someone who's going to be there with you in good times and particularly in bad times. And when we think about traditional bank, that's the kind of partnership and family member we're looking for. They have the same values we have, they care for their people, and they want you to do well. My name is Heedley Bell, and I am the managing partner of Mill Ridge Farm.
Welcome back. Bourbon County 14, Anderson County 8. And we're 8:44 here to go in the first half.
We've got Josh Bixler and Arson Russell back to receive the kick. There's the kick.
McMahon with the kickoff.
Oh, and Anderson falls on it. Back on the 9-yard line.
Bearcats got to clean up that part of the game. Coach is upset.
Yep.
I don't know if you can hear through our microphone this far, but we can hear, certainly. So the Bearcats start off with terrible field position, trying to retake a lead here in the first half.
Ball's on the 10-yard line.
Bearcats slow getting out there after a short tirade.
First and 10 for Anderson on their own 10. There's a sweep to this side. And that was Bixler, and I think he lost a couple.
Yeah, this is it doesn't take long to see some of the same plays over and over and over again from Anderson County. So that brings up 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 on the 9.
That was a horse collar.
And there's a gain of about 3.
Everybody in the stadium saw the horse collar, but the guys wearing stripes on the field. So 3rd and long, and this is a dangerous position for the Bearcats. They don't have a great ability to throw the ball, and anything that happens bad in this part of the field could end up with points for the other team. So we'll see if they try to draw them off sides here. No.
Oh, Castle's rolling, and he's sacked.
Gobbled up.
And there's that's probably going to be a late hit or a face mask.
Yeah, the Bourbon County coaches are unhappy. So just to give you the lay of the land up here in the press box.
Oh, they waved it off.
They're picking up the flag. The referees got together and picked up the flag. So no foul. But the coaches for either team are on either side of us. So whatever reactions they have, we pretty much get immediately. So we do try to convey the feeling in the press box from time to time. So here's a punt.
There's a snap. There's a lot better punt than there was the last time.
It's
still not going to be very far, and Bourbon's going to take over probably on about the Anderson 25.
Incredible field position. This is a this is a mistake, and this is the reason Coach was so upset. This was an avoidable mistake. They couldn't move the ball. They ended up punting into the wind, and now the Colonels have a chance to increase their lead from 14-8 to something else.
Okay.
With a start on the opponent 21. So this is just one mistake compounding
another mistake.
Yep.
Okay, Bourbon comes out. They've got trips to this side, single receiver to the far side.
Estes back to pass.
Slant across the middle.
Wide open.
He breaks the tackle, and he's dragged down over there. I think that was Peters.
That's Parker Estes.
Down on the 5-yard line.
We'll have to confirm this, but I imagine they are kin to each other. Brothers. They are brothers, we're told by the coaches, Bourbon County. So, Clay to Parker. First and goal. First and goal
on the 4. There's a snap, a little hesitation move, and he walks into the end zone.
That's really easy right there. Too easy. And that is a touchdown for Cameron Smoot. So the Colonels take a 20-8 lead here with 6:08 to go in the first half.
Well, I think Fitzpatrick is probably not going to. They're putting some ice on. Looks like they're putting some ice on his leg there. So I would say he's done for the night.
He's at least done for the half. The Colonels are going to go for 2 to try to get to 22-8. Estes in the shotgun. Smoot to his right.
There's the same fade.
Throws a fade.
And that's incomplete. He was out of the end zone.
Yeah. Just never came down with the ball. Well,
okay.
Colonels,
with 6:08 to go in the half. Bourbon 20, Anderson 8.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
McMahon to kick off for the Colonels, who have taken a 20-8 lead here in the first half.
There's the same kick.
Oh my gosh.
And it's picked up back there on the 19.
By 19.
By 19. And he's down on the 5-yard line.
Well, if we heard a tirade before, we're probably going to hear another one. This is the kind of mistakes you cannot afford to make if you want to play winning football. So the Bearcats in the same kind of position they were before.
Except 5 yards worse.
Yeah, 5 yards. And the referee has blown the ball for play, and the Bearcats are still talking. Wind is directly in their face.
6 minutes to go in the half. Here Bourbon. I'll tell you what, Lanny, if Anderson could ever pop anybody through there, he can go a long way. There's nobody left because Bourbon's got everybody creeping up. That's a loss of about a half a yard.
When you run a one-dimensional offense or a majority one-dimensional offense, it does allow the defense to cheat.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what the Colonels are doing. They're playing 8 in the box almost exclusively.
Yeah.
Anderson in no hurry here.
Man in motion. There's the pitch. And that was Bixler. Looks like he got 4. It's going to make it 3rd and 7.
The tackler for the Colonels was 53. He does not appear on my roster. So maybe Hagen Greenlee, not sure. Colonels with 4 down linemen and basically 5 linebackers and a safety.
That are coming.
That's a blitz.
There's a counter play, and it's going to be about 5 yards short of the first down.
And they're going to have to punt, and this could be another adventure for the punt team.
I think we're trotting another punter out there.
Okay.
Tyler Hillen.
Jaden Commodore back for the Colonels, as well as I believe it is 13, hard to see from this distance. These eyes aren't as good as they used to be, folks.
I couldn't tell if that's blocked, but it's a squirrely punt.
Commodore picks it up.
And
that was a helmet-to-helmet hit right there.
Yeah. That was Josiah Wilson and Brady Clink, and I think that, you said, Lanny, I think that was a helmet-to-helmet there.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's no flag on the field. I'm looking for the laundry, but it's not there. But that was directly helmet-to-helmet. Commodore didn't do himself any favors picking that ball up. He gained maybe 2 yards and
got a
concussion.
Okay, 3:37 to go in the half, 20-8 Bourbon.
Estes in the shotgun with Smoot to his left.
There's up the middle, and he looks like a gain of 5.
Anderson County coach is complaining of a hold.
That's Chilton.
Estes comes in with the play. The Colonels have returned to a very shiny gold helmet it's reminiscent of what they looked like in the 80s and 90s. They had worn maroon for years.
2nd and 5. Quarterback's back. Here comes Derringer on the blitz. And he's got him.
Yep. That's a loss of 5.
Loss of 6. It's 3rd and 11 now.
I thought Estes might get away, but he got him by one shoe. And it begins to
sprinkle.
Missed a little rain here. If in the next few moments you see our stream cut out, it's because we're not undercover here. Unlike Major League Baseball or football, we don't have rainproof cameras and stuff. So just
they're going
FYI.
out there deep. They've got a man wide open, and if he reaches up, he's got it.
Yeah, it's a tough catch over the shoulder.
4th and 11.
Pass was intended for Kagan Heflin. He's a senior defensive back and obviously a receiver. No reason to punt from here, and too long for a field goal. So it will be 4th and 11 from the 31.
Bourbon has receivers left, 2 receivers to each side. Quarterback's going straight back, and
threw into double coverage, and
that's defensive offensive interference there.
I don't understand the point of that.
I don't either. I don't understand why the offensive player pushed him. I mean, that's.
So they'll decline the penalty and take the ball. It won't matter in the grand scheme of things. It's just a dumb football play. So they'll turn it over on downs, and the Bearcats will take over.
2:05 to go in the first half.
It wasn't, he just pushed him. So this is the first real defensive stand for the Bearcats. Kind of bowed up a little bit.
They have 2:05 and no timeouts to go 70 yards.
This is not the kind of offense designed for that, but they're going to run the ball, I guarantee you that. This is not a team that's going to take it back and sling it around. 0 receiver set.
Here comes a inside pitch this way. And there's a gain of 6, believe that was Hawkins.
Nice run. Uh, 1:42 and running here in the half. This is not the hurry-up offense.
Anderson's got 2 receivers, 3 receivers to this side.
I think they've only thrown one or 2 other passes, maybe 2. Oh, he's in trouble.
Pressure, and he's sacked.
That was a nice job there by number 76. I'll get you his name in just a moment.
And timeout Bourbon with 1:04 to go in the first half. 20-8.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the 4th bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
Miss Sylvia, this is John from Anderson Apothecary. I was just calling to see how you were feeling today.
John goes above and beyond for each and every customer that we have.
He jumped right on it. If someone needed help, John would be the first guy there. No questions asked, nothing. He'll be there.
John just wanted to open a hometown pharmacy just to take better care of his customers.
Well, I sure am glad you're feeling better. We're going to be bringing your medication by here just shortly. Is there anything else I can pick up for you?
If you haven't met John yet, come out and meet him, and you'll like him just as much as we do.
Welcome back. Bourbon County takes a timeout on a 3rd and 18. That was Yazel. Yazel on the sack there. Connor Yazel, the junior.
Bourbon's coming up. Anderson fakes the pitch, and there's a...
Gosh. Bourbon County probably take another timeout immediately.
Yep.
Cade Goebel, who leads the team in tackles.
Boy, they didn't block anybody.
Planted the Anderson County player. Bourbon County does take a timeout. It is 4th and more than I'd want to walk in a day.
Now that's a sorry commentary on your physical condition.
It is. My physical condition is a sorry commentary on myself.
Okay, all right. Well, it's 25.
24th and 25. Thank you, Keith.
So now we know the limit of extent of Lanny's exercise.
Actually, I went to the Red River Gorge the other day and had a nice little 2 or 3 mile walk with the kids and some close friends. It was very nice to get outside. It's been gorgeous.
Oh, the weather's been great.
Beautiful.
Yep.
But Hurricane Delta just hit the Gulf Coast within the last hour or so, and Sunday is going to be a real washout. So it's the rain is coming. This field needs some rain, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah. My yard needs rain.
It's true. So,
okay, got Hillen back to punt.
Commodore is back for the Colonels, I believe. That's number 8.
There's a snap.
Blocked.
And it's blocked.
What? I don't know what happened there.
I mean,
a Bourbon player batted the ball in the air.
I'm
surprised it's not a penalty.
That used to be a penalty.
I thought. I don't know if he tried to pull the ball down or just missed.
You can't do that. It looked like a volleyball spike. Yeah,
So the Colonels
have it on the 12.
As we said before, special teams in high school football, sometimes, especially on young teams, can be an adventure. So golden opportunity for the Colonels, who are out of timeouts.
No, they've got one left.
My apologies, 1 timeout. Estes back to throw.
They're throwing the fade, and nice catch. Touchdown.
And I'll get you the number in just a second. I think it's 8. which would be Jaden Commodore.
Yep, he just went up over Anderson's defensive player and hauled that in.
He pushed off, by the way. That's just being fair about it. Nice little offensive push off. So the Colonel's
26-8.
Colonel's going to go for 2. So all of this has been caused by the lack of kickoff return for the Bearcats.
They're throwing the fade again, and that's
crazy.
Oh, what a catch!
Crazy one-handed grab.
What a catch! Wow. And it's 28-8 with 43 seconds to go in the half.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Boy, that was a nice catch.
Oh, it was.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
Welcome back. Bourbon County taking a 28-8 lead here at Anderson County in the district game. Appreciate everyone tuning in to the Bluegrass Sports Network. I'm Lanny Brannick alongside Keith Klink, the voice of the Bearcats. Hasn't gone the way we thought it. Well, maybe it's gone the way we thought it would go, but it hasn't gone the way of the Bearcats. Just too many mistakes.
Way too many. Way too many.
Colonel's.
Once again, there's the kickoff right down the middle that is into the end zone, and Anderson will take over on the 20-yard line.
So McMahon kicks his second straight into the end zone. He has a really brisk wind behind him, as we've said. Flag is blowing pretty good. It actually feels great out here. There's no doubt about it. It's been beautiful weather. Good week for football practice. I know the Anderson County schools are actually back in school. Some other districts around the region are still virtual, but football practice is happening.
Yeah. It's we're doing mixed.
Yeah, smattering of fans for both sides. Temperature checks and masks required when you come into the game. So it's nice to see all the protocols being followed. I've had my temperature taken more in the last 6 months than I had my whole life. So we took our temperature before we came in, and glad to do it.
Anderson's in the shotgun. They're throwing the fade out
Threw
here.
it up there.
Oh.
I don't know if that would have been intercepted. I think it was out of bounds.
It wasn't a bad pass.
No, it was a good-looking pass. I don't know who it was intended for. Tavion Snowden got his hands on it. He's just a freshman out there playing cornerback.
It was intended for Logan Chapman out here. I don't quite understand this. I think if I was Anderson, I would want to get into the
try to regroup at halftime.
And try and regroup at halftime and not give Bourbon a chance to do anything. There's a little counter play there. And
Cameron Smoot in there on the tackle.
That was Bixler.
That's a first down.
And Anderson has a first down.
Clock stops while the chains move. We'll see if the hurry-up offense is in effect here.
Well, they can't stop the clock except spike it.
Unlikely.
There's a sweep coming this way.
Cuts it back.
That was Hawkins that cut it back, and that should be the last play of the first half with Bourbon leading 28-8.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network as the half ends. We'll be right back and talk to you a little bit about halftime.
Visit Lex by default is community focused. We're here to stimulate the economy locally and keep our hospitality industry running. When we made the switch to traditional bank, it was so easy. We're treated like we are the biggest client that traditional has. They're our neighbors, they're in our community, they're with us side by side. I'm Patricia Knight, Vice President of Finance and Operations with Visit Lex, and we're a community partner of Traditional Bank.
Miss Sylvia, this is John from Anderson Apothecary. I was just calling to see how you were feeling today.
John goes above and beyond for each and every customer that we have.
He jumped right on it. If someone needed help, John would be the first guy there. No questions asked, nothing. He'll be there.
John just wanted to open a hometown pharmacy just to take better care of his customers.
Well, I sure am glad you're feeling better. We're going to be bringing your medication by here just shortly. Is there anything else I can pick up for you?
If you haven't met John yet, come out and meet him, and you'll like him just as much as we do.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
on there somewhere.
That was the right jacket.
You got the right one. Bring the napkin up here. You have a pair of pants here.
It'd be like 6 inches long and falling off my waist probably.
We didn't have any,
No stats. No stats.
slip off the open clip block.
I'm so sorry.
It's not that hard once you work the camera.
No, it's okay. I can do it, so obviously, be clear. We got 80 some odd years now, 80 years.
How many did we have? Well, everybody from Bourbon County tuned in.
No, we have had as many as the watch it.
Oh my gosh. That was a heck of a catch. Wish we had replay for that.
Yeah, well, that was a really good catch. Yeah, that's part of our problem.
Well, we do need to be too.
It's just an odd season.
That sucks.
Are they gonna put time back on?
I'm sorry?
Are they gonna put time back on?
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
Oh, there's a test bag back here if you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll put 3 minutes back on.
Marty poked the holes in it.
Don't worry, I'll get hot again here in a minute.
So you're not a coach for the Colonel, right? What's your name? Mike, I'm Lanny Brandon. I'm from Bourbon County. Well, I'm a transplant. I lived there from Branna. I went to Bourbon. I guess I went to Bourbon County Schools from kindergarten all the way through graduation.
Oh, really? I do.
Yeah, I would hope so. I hope so. So this is an interesting team. Are they good? Are they okay? Bourbon, yeah, that's what Wendy said. So 2 or 3 years ago, we did the games. I guess it was 3 years ago. We did the games for Bourbon. And I played ball with Wendy's little brother Marty all the way from 7th grade on. So I've known him for all my life, really. I used to hate him as a kid because he was actually good. Yeah. Just not enough of them. I mean, dressing 35 kids. Well, they're then. I mean, they have had 55, 60, but they've had in the last 3 seasons they've had 2 kids they lost for the year within the first 10 minutes of the season. What was the guy's name?
Labhart.
Zach Labhart comes down here, scores a touchdown, goes to celebrate, does that jump up in the air and bump into each other, comes down and shreds his knee.
Oh, that's terrible. First carry of the season.
What was that?
It was his first carry of the season. First carry of the season.
Was that 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
2 years ago.
So that was 2 years ago. 3 years ago they went 10-0, right? Or was that 2 years ago?
No, that was the year we went 10-0. That was the year they went 10-0.
They went 10-0. By the time they got done with the season, they had like 40 players now. Islands comes down here. They have to come to here and play. And they walked off the bus with like 90 kids in uniform. And they just couldn't keep up.
And, I mean, we gave them their last touchdown. We fumbled. They picked up a fumble and ran it in.
It was actually a competitive game for the most part. This field has looked like this for 3 years in a row, probably more.
They spent $22,000.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Anderson County trailing Bourbon County 28-8 at the beginning of the second half. I'm Lanny Brannick alongside the voice of the Bearcats, Keith Klink. Keith, it was a half of errors, to say the least, and the Colonels were basically able to pick up 2 touchdowns and maybe even 3 touchdowns off poor kickoff return from the Bearcats, which gave them
a block punt,
terrible field position, and then they can't move the ball, and then they punt, and the Colonels get it, on the Anderson 30 at one point, and then on the 21, and then a block punt.
Well, Lanny, that's kind of been one of the stories this year. It just seems like we turn the ball over at the wrong time. There's a pooch kick that is taken on the first bounce. He's missed over there on the far side, and that's Brady Clank. No, that was Tyler Peters. That
Tavion Snowden, the freshman on the carry. He's not tall, but he laid some lumber there at the end of that run. Running hard.
Bourbon takes over on the on 49. They've got trips to the far side. Anderson came on the blitz, and that was Derringer. And I can't.
Smoot gobbled up.
Derringer and Clank on the blitz there, and
might be a hold on the Colonels as well. Smoot was just gobbled up, just nowhere to run.
Dead ball personal foul on Bourbon County. Wow.
So not the way the Colonels wanted to start the half. They started at their own 49, and one play in, they're at their own 29. So it'll be 1st and 31. Scoreboard says 1st and 30, but it's about 1st and 30.
Okay, Bourbon's got trips to the far side. There's a bad snap, and
Estes
Clank
is in
had
trouble,
him, and Derringer finished him off.
So it's going to be 2nd and 40. No, almost more. 2nd and 41.
Anderson is sending Derringer every time.
Yeah.
He's playing middle linebacker. They're sending him every time.
Second and 35. I know, I'm right. I was correct. 2nd and 40.
They're almost in another area code, Lanny.
You don't see 2nd and 40 that often in your life.
Bourbon has trips to the far side.
It's actually
snaps
third
a little
down.
high here. Anderson's coming on the blitz again, and incomplete. But Anderson once again had 56. Austin Meacham came on the blitz.
So I was incorrect. The first down counted, Then it was second, then third.
Yeah.
So that was third down,
Yeah.
3rd and 40. So now it's 4th and 40.
Not like Tom Brady where he doesn't know how many fingers he's got up. Okay, we've got Castle back, and I can't see who else they've got back. They've got Castle back and Beasley.
McMahon back to punt for the Colonels.
And we've got to delay a game. We've got to delay a game.
So it'll be 4th and 45.
And
oh, they called a timeout. Okay.
Did they?
So, yeah, Bourbon
Okay.
County gets a timeout in, and we'll take a timeout with them.
Okay.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Welcome back. Colonel's punting 4th and 40.
There's a snap. It's a good one.
McMahon.
He's running to the far side.
Oh, he gets it off.
Get away, get away, get away. Well, that's a nice punt that Lanny, I tell you what, he took off like he was gonna, like one of those rugby style kickers, and he was lucky he got the thing off. And Anderson will take it on their 44-yard line.
Well, that was the Bearcats got a safety in the first half when the Bourbon County punter was on his own end line and took off running, presumably because he was under pressure. We asked the Bourbon County coaches if he was a rugby-style kicker, and they just kind of looked at us weird.
Okay, I'm trying to see, who Anderson has got in the backfield, because they were working on Dallin Hawkins at the half, and I don't see him out there. So they've got Josh Bixler. And there's a pitch this way. And
the referee has some words for the players after some extracurriculars that didn't draw a flag. And it brings up.
So now, that was Brady Clank on the carry, gain of a couple.
Second
like I
and
said,
8.
I was wondering who they were going to put back there in the backfield, because we're about out of people. There's a sweep to this side, trying to bounce it to the outside. And there's a gain of a couple. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
Cade Goebel on the tackle, the Colonel's leading tackler. He's a middle linebacker, and he has made a couple big plays tonight.
Well, like we said, if Anderson could pop somebody through there, there's nobody back there to.
No. Goebel is a stout individual.
3rd and 7 for Anderson.
Watch it, Parker!
Bourbon
There's a
blitzes.
sweep. And that's Bixler getting to the outside, and that's a first down.
So the Colonels blitzed up the middle that time, and Anderson was running outside. So just a wrong guess, and it ended up with a Bearcats first down.
1st and 10, Anderson on the Bourbon 42.
Colonels play 4 down linemen, 3 down linemen, 2 standing
There's
up.
There's a pitch to Clank, and he drives forward for a yard or so.
Tackled by Connor Yazel. So where does Clink normally play, Keith?
On offense?
Yes.
On the sideline.
Gosh. It's like putting the ball on the tee for this guy.
Bourbon County. He's the backup quarterback.
The Colonels have a player down on the field, and we will take a break right now and come back in just a moment. You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
I'm Dr. Jenny Millen. I'm owner and chiropractor at Triple Crown Chiropractic and Wellness. I started this practice in 2010, and traditional bank is the fourth bank I've tried. After switching, I feel like I'm home. I'm from a small town, and that hometown feel of knowing that they care about where you are now and where you are going in the future, that is a win-win for me.
Miss Sylvia, this is John from Anderson Apothecary. I was just calling to see how you were feeling today.
John goes above and beyond for each and every customer that we have.
He jumped right on it. If someone needed help, John would be the first guy there. No questions asked, nothing. He'll be there.
John just wanted to open a hometown pharmacy just to take better care of his customers.
Well, I sure am glad you're feeling better. We're going to be bringing your medication by here just shortly. Is there anything else I can pick up for you?
If you haven't met John yet, come out and meet him, and you'll like him just as much as we do.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
That's 10.
Okay. So Parker Estes is being helped off the field. He is the receiver and linebacker that he caught a touchdown earlier in the game. Didn't really see what happened to him. He walked off mostly unassisted. So
middle of the pile.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, Lanny, I was trying to figure out exactly who Anderson was going to have at running backs, because they're the only one left. The only one left is from the original start of the season is the quarterback, Castle. And
so, an Anderson County player loses their helmet in the scrum.
There's
tackle.
That's Bixler on the carry. He has to go out, and it's going to be third and 3.
This is how a few players Bourbon County has. That was their kicker, McMahon, on the tackle. Now, not unusual for a kicker to be playing on the field in high school, but
yeah. 3rd and 3 for Anderson. 7:40 to go in the third quarter.
And this is one of the first sustained drives we've seen the Bearcats have in a little while.
There's fullback up the middle. He pops through there for the first down to the 29.
Really nice play design, just a quick hitter. McMahon on the tackle once again.
That was Logan Chapman.
So apparently the Bearcats do have a few guys that can still run the ball.
There's a pitch this way. Ooh. Boy, I tell you what, there was a nice collision there between Clink and the Bourbon County tackler.
Yazel in on that tackle, McMahon in on that tackle, and Smoot in on the tackle.
Clink is down. And we'll be back in a second.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
So Klink gets back to the sidelines under his own power. May have been hit in a place he didn't want to be hit.
There's a pitch
No
to
fix.
Bixler, and it looks like there's one person from Bourbon that doesn't get blocked.
Well, that time it was Goebel because he gobbled him up right there.
And okay. play on words there.
So that brings up 3rd and 10. That's 3rd and 11. My apologies. We've called Goebel's name a lot tonight. He's blitzed on a lot of plays, and he is the middle linebacker typically.
And I mean, he's getting a running start.
Is that going to be Anderson 12 on the field or delay of game?
Or timeout.
Timeout,
Anderson, okay.
We'll take a quick timeout with them. You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
Welcome back. Anderson trailing Bourbon County 28-8. I'm Lanny Brannick along with Keith Klink. Bearcats just took a timeout. 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 for Anderson. They've got 2 wides to the far side. Man in motion. Quarterback's keeping it on the bootleg. Throws it low. I don't know if the receiver caught it or not.
I don't think so. I think that's incomplete.
That was Chapman. Nope, it was incomplete.
Bearcats will not punt here. I feel pretty confident in saying that.
Fourth and 11. Anderson has 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Bourbon's coming.
That was
They're
a
throwing
hole.
the fade, and it's intercepted. That's as good as a punt. I hate to say it. It's down on the 9-yard line. It's
It
good
is.
as a punt.
It's hard to tell your guy to knock it down and not try to catch it. But Bourbon just cost himself 25 yards there. There was a hold there. I'm surprised that wasn't called. One of the Colonel players was coming around the end, and you could just see his jersey separate from his body. But no call.
Okay, Bourbon has it on their own 9. They've got trips to this side, single receiver to the far side.
Parker Estes is back in the game for the Colonel, so he looks like he's okay. Clay Estes in the shotgun.
There's a snap. Anderson's coming after him. There's a screen. That is well read. I think that was a
3-yard loss.
That was Klink on the tackle. He read that screen well.
So 24 Cameron Smoot on the catch, but
that's a loss of 2.
Nice play by Klink, who just got up off the turf a few minutes ago. Had to be helped off the field a little bit. So nobody hurt too much.
Bourbon has 2 receivers to each side. Now they've got trips to this side. Quarterback's back there all by himself. Let's see if Derringer comes on the blitz. He does. And, boy, I'll tell you what.
There was about to be a heavy collision
yes,
there.
there was. There was going to be a big-time collision right there. I don't know which one of them backed off, but, yeah.
I think it was just out of Estes' reach. But had he made an attempt on the ball, it was the Anderson County Bearcats were ready. 4:49 to go here in the third quarter.
3rd and 12.
So chance for the Bearcats to get some good field position if they can keep the Colonels from getting the first down here.
Okay, they're empty backfield.
Here
comes Derringer. They're throwing that little flanker screen, and they had him. He missed him.
Oh, that's a flag.
And that's going to be a first down. Lanny, once again, we've got a shot at him in the Bourbon player in the backfield, and and Bourbon has a first down.
I believe that was Kagan Heflin on the catch. When the Anderson player tackled him, he threw him down about 5 or 6 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, lucky didn't get a flag.
I was expecting the flag. The Bourbon coach is not happy with the no call there.
Bourbon's got empty backfield. Little pass across the middle. And he's finally taken down.
Just no.
Look like you're trying to bring down a calf, or that was Beasley.
That was Santiago on the catch. They didn't commit to the tackle, and he just kept running until he had the first down. So the Colonel's on 2 big receptions, matriculating down the field, as they say.
Bourbon goes empty again. There's a pass across the middle again, and gain of 9. That was Logan Chapman on the tackle.
Snowden on the catch for the Colonels.
They are. I'll tell you what. They're cutting our ends. I mean, they're just diving at the knees, which used to be a penalty. Empty backfield again. Quarterback's getting pressure, and there's a sack by Tanner Watts.
Well, as you said, the Bourbon tackles are going. They're cutting the ends as they came around. Well, that time the Bearcat player was wise to that tactic and just moved out of the way and was able to get the pressure.
3rd and 5. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Empty backfield. Estes in the shotgun.
There's a snap. They're throwing the fade out there, and it's caught. They ran a post, and he was open.
Yeah, he's coming out from one of the inside receivers.
That was Chapman and Beasley.
Snowden just outran his defenders there. So this is the best the Colonels have looked throwing the ball all night.
Well, they're just with Anderson sending the linebackers. There's nobody there in the middle.
Yeah, it's one-on-one coverage.
Yeah.
And with Anderson thin at skill position players, they're playing young guys out there.
There's a handoff and missed tackle, another one, and Derringer comes back and knocks the runner down at the 8-yard line. That was Derringer and others.
Smoot. We got an Anderson player, looks like with a cramp, slow to get up.
Yep.
So
First and goal on the 8.
I believe it's going to be second and 1.
Is it second?
Second and 2.
Oh, second and 2. I'm sorry. Second and 2 on the 8.
So Colonels change it up. They've got LaDainian Landrum in the background, in the back.
4 wide. There's a
Hand it to him.
handoff, and he's knocked out on about the 4. That's going to be a first down, 1st and goal on the 4.
I think that's all the Colonels were looking for there was a chance to get a 1st and goal inside the 5. Touchdown would have been a bonus. So the Colonel's knocking on the door again. Landrum in the backfield. Estes in the shotgun. High snap gets it to him.
And we missed. There's another missed tackle. And Bourbon scores, makes it 34-8. We got a flag. We got a flag in the end zone.
Yeah, my guess is that's on the Bearcats. No explanation yet from the referee.
Unsportsmanlike, Anderson.
There we go.
Unsportsmanlike, Bourbon.
So that'll offset.
Offset, touchdown stands.
I didn't see what the altercation there was.
Well, there was an Anderson and Bourbon player down there in the end zone exchanging pleasantries. Okay, we've got a kicker coming in here for Bourbon.
McMahon. Held by Estes.
And
is good.
With 1:39 in the 3rd quarter. Bourbon 35, Anderson 8.
You're watching high school football on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
So when you think about a banking relationship, you want someone who's going to be there with you in good times and particularly in bad times. And when we think about traditional bank, that's the kind of partnership and family member we're looking for. They have the same values we have, they care for their people, and they want you to do well. My name is Heatley Bell, and I am the managing partner of Mill Ridge Farm.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Bourbon County takes a 35-8 lead here with 1:39 to go in the 3rd quarter. Keith, Bourbon just threw the ball down the field.
Yeah, well, yeah, they did. They, like I said, they've got. Hey, we got adventures in kicking again. Okay.
Nice kick from McMahon.
Russell takes it. He's bringing it up the middle.
He's got a chance. McMahon was held. One man to beat.
And
he's going to get there.
For the touchdown. 94 yards for the touchdown.
The Colonels had McMahon got turned around. He had a chance to make the tackle and just couldn't quite get there. And Aiden Muntz, the freshman, was just not quite fast enough to catch up to him.
Yeah, he got a block on about the 50. Clink gave him a good block on about the 50. And Anderson's going to try from placement here.
That makes the game a little more interesting, 35-14.
Okay, we've got who have we got in there?
56.
Austin Meacham to try the extra point.
That looked really good. He booted it to the tennis courts.
Yes, he did. With 1:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. Bourbon 35, Anderson 15.
Thanks for watching on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
The Bearcats get a touchdown on a return.
96 yards.
Nice run back. And they pull within 35-15. Still time here. Minute 25 to go in the third quarter.
Lanny, it honestly wouldn't surprise me to see an onside kick here. That wouldn't surprise me a bit.
Well, we'll see if the Bearcats can execute. Here it is.
Get it. And there was the onside kick, and Anderson almost got to it.
Yep, it was close.
That was Evan Peters on the tackle.
Ball was recovered by Cameron Boatwright, sophomore. So the Colonels take over 1st and 10 from the 43, their own 43, with a 20-point lead here late in the third.
They've got 3 wides to the far side, 1 to this side. There's a snap, it's a little high, there's a handoff, and boy, there's Derringer, Clank, and James Branscombe.
Ladanium Landrum on the carry. What there was of it, I should say.
That's a loss of 2.
We're under a minute here in the third quarter.
Trips to this side, single to the far side. There's a slant. No, oh boy, there was nobody there.
Estes just dropped that one.
We got a big break there.
He'll be disappointed when he sees that on the game film.
Yeah, there was nobody home. Anderson sent the middle backer, and he tried to hit that slant, and there was nobody there.
The brother-to-brother connection failed there. Nothing wrong with that pass.
Bourbon's got trips to this side.
The fans come alive.
Anderson's coming again. There's the slant, and that's a nice catch, but it's going to be short of the first down.
Really nice. Nice catch.
4th and 3.
That's Jack Huckabee, the senior, with the catch. Estes on the sideline getting the play.
That was Beasley on the tackle. And we're going to just take it into the fourth quarter here, Lanny.
Ball's right at midfield. We'll come back.
Going to the fourth quarter, Bourbon 35, Anderson 15.
We'll be right back on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
So when you think about a banking relationship, you want someone who's going to be there with you in good times and particularly in bad times. And when we think about traditional bank, that's the kind of partnership and family member we're looking for. They have the same values we have, they care for their people, and they want you to do well. My name is Heedley Bell, and I am the managing partner of Mill Ridge Farm.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours, and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Welcome back. Colonel's facing a 4th down and 3 from right at midfield.
And now they're facing a 4th down and 8. It's not Canadian football. You can't start going forward before the ball is snapped.
So I wonder now, with the wind in their face, if they punt. Does not appear to be the case.
This really surprises me. I mean, you're up 3 touchdowns, and Anderson has pretty much not shown very much offense. And you know, if this doesn't work, you're giving them the ball on their side, on your side of the 50.
And Bourbon County has demonstrated that they can kick the ball. Anderson fans come alive.
There's a snap. They're going out there deep. Boy, I tell you what, we got a break there.
Yeah, that was.
I think he wasn't even looking for the ball.
The Bourbon County coach is upset, and I happen to agree with him on this one. That was pass interference. The player never turned to play the ball.
I'm not overly, honestly, I'm not overly sure he could have caught it.
No, he was coming back to it, but so the Bearcats have a chance to really get in this game.
Okay, let's see who Anderson's in the backfield. Let's see, we've got Russell, Chapman, and Bixler. Anderson has 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to this side.
Now he's set.
There's a missed tackle. And there's a loss of 4.
McMahon missed him, but managed to get back to. Oh, now we have punches thrown. The helmet is pulled off, punches thrown. And
that's going to be against Anderson.
I imagine there's going to be an ejection here. 23 through punches, through hands.
Yeah, it's Josh Bixler.
And
Josh is a freshman.
He's being helped to the locker room by one of the coaches. So the referee explaining to the Anderson sideline that a punch was thrown.
Okay, it's going to be, I don't know whether it's first or second.
It's second down according to the scoreboard. 2nd and 25 or 2nd and 30?
Yeah, second a long way. There's sweep for Anderson.
That's a face mask. McMahon.
That was Beasley.
Came in late on the hit. So the game has really gotten out of hand here. Lots of talking back and forth.
Well, apparently there was no ejection even with the punch because Bixler's still down there on the sideline.
Yeah, I don't know. There was never an indication of an ejection or somebody being disqualified.
Oh.
But tensions are certainly high.
Okay.
McMahon and Goebel in there on the tackle. We have.
That was Beasley, and it's going to be 4th and 14.
So the Bearcats, no indication of a punter coming on the field. This is pretty tense, Keith.
Yeah, I was going to say for a 20-point lead, it's
for a 20-point game. It's pretty intense game. I think Anderson
better hustle.
Frustrated. Thrown up,
and there's a nice, there's an interception.
Yeah, the
I couldn't tell who had it.
Colonels end up coming away with the ball.
That was intended for Beasley.
Marcus Floyd, sophomore, able to come down with the ball, and the Colonels take over under 10 minutes at the 39-yard line. That ball was just kind of thrown up there.
Yeah.
It not really intended for anybody. So tensions running high in a 35-15 game. Appreciate everyone tuning in on the Bluegrass Sports Network. Want to say hello to my Bourbon County friends back home. Thank you for watching.
There's a high snap. They're trying that little flanker screen that they've scored twice on.
One man to beat.
Scored 3 times. And we've got another flag way behind the play.
Well, let's see what this call is.
This is starting to get a little bit out of hand here.
Absolutely. Jeremiah Jones there on the catch. Looks like it's going to come back.
Apparently it's on Bourbon. Personal foul, Bourbon.
So, yeah, I agree with the officials starting to call this closer because it's both coaching booths are upset at the play calls. The Stripes have had a mediocre night. Just happens sometimes. But the game is chippy, out of hand, lots of late hits, lots of very hard tackling, trying to hold players up.
Yep.
And it's not the kind of football we want to see at the high school level.
Okay, Bourbon has 2 receivers to each side. There's a snap. It's a little high. Derringer's coming. It's across the middle. Anderson intercepts it. That is
nice play there.
That's Jacob Castle there on the interception.
Estes, the receiver, was able to make the tackle. He just got a really good jump on that ball.
Yeah, he did.
The Colonels have had success throwing the ball tonight, but the Bearcats up to the task on that one. So the Bearcats with a chance to get within 2 scores.
Ball's on the 19, 1st and 10, unbalanced. There's a handoff up the middle, and there's a gain of a couple.
McMahon on the tackle there, Chapman on the carry.
It looks like maybe a gain of
maybe one.
Maybe.
Second and they give him more than that.
They did. They gave him 3.
Scoreboard says 2nd and 6. It's more like 2nd and 6 3/4.
There's a pitch, and
breaks a tackle, still on his feet. And this is where we need to blow the whistle. I believe that's 1st down, folks.
That was Beasley, and he had Donovan Evan, number 64, out there blocking in front of him, and it's 3rd and 1 for Anderson.
He's short. Okay, that wasn't the best mark I've ever seen.
Anderson's moved the down marker.
Yeah, I thought it was and he went down on a knee, so that's going to bring up 4th and 1. Did somebody take a timeout?
No, I think he just went to a knee. Now it's 4th and 2.
Really odd play there. I didn't understand what happened, if he just lost his footing.
Okay, it's 4th and 1.
Well, this is the ball game for the Bearcats. If they don't get this 1st down, then it's pretty much over.
There's a quarterback on a rollout. He's got it. That's going to be 1st and goal on about the 8. That was Castle on the carry.
Castle looks like he's about 5'8" or 5'9". He can barely see over his receiver or his offensive line.
Yeah. There's a handoff up the middle, and that's down to the 3. That was Chapman.
First chance in some time for the Bearcats. On offense. Quickly to the line.
Here's a sweep coming this way, and there's a touchdown.
Bearcats punch it in.
Beasley.
That's 35-21. A little more intrigue, Keith. 6:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. And
Anderson's going for 2, it looks like.
I don't quite understand that, but there's a rubric somewhere that tells you what to do.
Here's a sweep this way, and that
I believe
that
he's
was
short.
Beasley again, and he's there. They don't. Well, one official saying short. Okay, with 6:51 to go in the game, Bourbon 35, Anderson 21.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
Well, the Bearcats give a little intrigue here, Keith. 35-21. That was a pretty good offensive set there. We're able to move the ball.
There was a nice interception there by Castle, and Anderson took it on in.
You got to think onside kick here.
I think so.
This Anderson offense is not one that is going to be able to go up and down the field in a big hurry.
Okay, we've got Peters kicking off. There's high bounce, and Anderson
has the ball.
Yeah, you can't do that.
They can't
advance
advance
it. It's a
it.
nice onside kick, but you can't do that.
That was an incredible play.
Oh yeah, traveled well far enough. You just can't run with it after he catches it. Yeah, it's Anderson's ball.
That's why you don't turn the game off, folks. This has gotten very interesting here.
That's how you do that's how you do an onside kick.
The ball bounced up just perfectly. It would have been a touchdown had he been able to advance.
Touchdown, except you can't do it.
So the Bourbon County defense still reeling from the interception that happened on their end of the field. The Bearcats get a touchdown, and now they recover an onside kick, and they have a chance to go in again.
Oh, nice block that Anderson has.
And that's an interception. Oh.
There's an interception there.
The football gods give and they take away.
And I'll tell you, Lanny, Anderson had Derringer and Wilson. They were in the same area. They were right there together.
Commodore was just able to play the ball as if he was a receiver there. Yeah, it was just as not nice as it sounds. It was just thrown up there. Not a lot of steam on that ball, and the receiver wasn't open. So the Colonels have a chance now to really shut this game down.
Oh, there's a high snap, and Anderson had a chance for it. Back on the 10-yard line, it was a high snap, and Anderson had Derringer and Hawkins back there.
So the Colonels are going to be 2nd and 30. And Bearcat player slow to get up.
I think that's Derringer. I think he's been trying to cramp up for quite some time. Okay, 6:14 to go in the game, and we'll be back.
Hi, I'm Sarah Neely. I'm the financial manager at Mill Ridge Farm. Whenever you transition financial institutions, there's a tremendous amount of paperwork involved. Traditional banks streamline this paperwork, and they just made it very simple. Traditional Bank is a locally owned bank that allows us to operate on an international platform. They make my life better, they make my job easier, and they make Mill Ridge a better place.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Welcome back. And just a missed opportunity there for the Bearcats, but the Colonels fumble the snap over Estes' head. Brings up for the second time in this game a 2nd and 30. 6:14 to go here in the game.
There's pass. Good. There's a good tackle there by Peters.
Kagan Heflin was one missed tackle away from a touchdown.
Yes, he was. Yeah, they're getting the ball out. The quarterback's getting the ball out really quick.
So from 2nd and 30 to 3rd and 15, under 6 minutes here. Anderson County trailing 35-21 to the Colonels of Bourbon County.
Okay, this time the trips are this way. It's a high snap. They're going out there. They got a man wide open across the middle, and he's brought down by Castle in Anderson territory. They just sent a receiver on the fly, and he was wide open.
Well, Heflin just outran his coverage.
Yeah.
Pretty simple play. Run faster than the other dude can cover and throw to that guy. So the Colonels now going to slow the pace down. Estes brings the play all the way in from the sideline by himself, the quarterback.
1st and 10 for Bourbon on Anderson's 43. Got a single receiver to the far side, 3 to this side. There's a snap. It's high again. And Bourbon's quarterback falls on it. That's a loss of 8.
So I wonder if the coach is going to tell the snapper that that's not a good way to win football games, throwing it over your quarterback's head.
Well, if right here, if Anderson, instead of blitzing their linebackers, would drop linebackers into coverage, I think they might have a shot at another interception because Bourbon's just doing that quick hitter.
Yeah, they're going to throw the ball, it appears.
Yeah, they're just doing a quick hitter there. And Derringer's coming again. Quarterback's rolling this way. And that's good pass defense there.
It was. It was almost caught. Had the ball in his hands.
That was Austin Beasley, and we've got a flag. We've got holding against Bourbon.
So.
And my guess is Anderson's probably going to decline it, but make it third and 17. So we'll see.
Almost catch by Huckabee is negated by the hold.
So it's 3rd and
20. Bearcats decline.
Third and about 17. 4:05 to go in the game. And Bourbon has 2 receivers to each side. Now they're bringing a receiver to this side. Anderson's coming again. There's a high snap again. They're going across the middle. They've got a man wide open again. And there's a touchdown. For Bourbon. They had single coverage over there and hit the receiver on the slant. Yeah, if Anderson can't get to him, we're in trouble.
That was Jeremiah Jones from Estes.
Makes it 41-21.
Just outran his man.
Yeah.
And the Colonels will go to 1-3 here in about 4 minutes.
Got the try for the extra point here. My goodness, Lanny. Oh, well, I was getting ready to say we got a straight-on kicker, but no, we don't.
No, he's a soccer style. McMahon.
There's a bad snap, and Anderson blocks it. That was Logan Chapman that blocked the extra point.
That was a mess from the word go there.
Yes, it was. With 3:56 to go, Bourbon 41, Anderson 21.
You're watching football on Bluegrass Sports Network.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Not on right now, Mallory. Welcome back. Bourbon County with a long touchdown pass as they extend their lead to 41-21 with just under 4 minutes to play.
Anderson has Beasley and Russell back.
Anderson had a chance there on that possession when the ball was snapped over the Colonel's head. The ball squibbed back to the 10-yard line, but the Colonels were able to fall on it and then turn that into a touchdown. They will be kicking into the wind here.
Lanny, that wind's died down pretty much.
Quite a bit. High kick.
There's a high kick. It's taken over there by Beasley.
And now some extracurriculars.
Yep. More extracurriculars.
Yeah, I don't see any flags down, so the teams were separated. Wouldn't be
right now. It's, they separate them when they went to neutral corners.
Well, this is the part of the game where it could get ugly, and you don't want to see that. But young men can they don't always make the best decisions, so we'll see if everybody keeps their head here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. You can catch us on our website at kybsn.com. That's kybsn.com. Thanks for watching the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Anderson has 4 receivers. Castle's back. There's a missed tackle. And
just out of bounds.
Yep. That's to Russell.
Yeah. So 3:41.
Oh, we've got a flag. I don't know if that dropped out of his pocket.
The white hat is not coming to announce anything.
No,
so I think that
just dropped out of his pocket. Okay, Anderson has the ball on the Bourbon 49. Anderson has trips to this side. Bourbon's coming on the blitz. There's the same pass. And there's a gain of 1 maybe.
Colonel's able to play that one a little bit better that time. .330
to go in the game. 41-21 Bourbon.
Nice tackle by Braden Frederick.
Bourbon's blitzing every time. Castle's back. He's being chased.
Horse collar.
And he's knocked down.
I thought that was a horse collar. He at least had his hand in that area, but no call. Anderson's sideline upset.
You can't throw the ball if you don't have time. and Bourbon's blitzing, and we're just not picking it up. Two and a half minutes to go in the game.
Colonels with only 3 down linemen.
We have number 7's coming from the outside. Well, now he's dropping back. They're trying to quarterback draw, and Bourbon read that well. That's going to make it 4th and about 18. Less than 2 minutes to go.
This was a pretty valiant effort for the Bearcats. Had a couple of things gone their way. It might be a little bit different.
They had a lot of things that went wrong in the first half.
Absolutely.
A lot of special team stuff.
Kickoff return was their big bugaboo.
Castle's back, got in the, and that's overthrow Russell down here, and Bourbon will take over with minute 35 to go.
Castle just dropped back and threw it, and whoever ran under it did. Colonels weren't able to catch it, but wisely didn't. And I expect them to take 3 knees and get back on the bus.
Yeah.
But we shall see.
Anderson doesn't have enough folks out there, folks. I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think they have 9 or 10.
10. We've got 10. We just got 10.
The Colonel's in the shotgun.
There's a handoff up the middle.
Flag on the field.
Whatever happens, this is coming back.
Horse collar.
And we've got another flag down here. This is going to be offsetting.
Smoot on the carry for the Colonels. Every flag on the field available to be thrown is on the field.
Yeah, we got a horse collar. We got a hold back here, and we've got a horse collar down there.
And not enough players on the field for the Bearcats.
Not enough players on the field for Anderson.
So the referees will sort this one out. And here comes the official to give us the details. No, he's going to go have a conversation. Nope, here he comes. Holding on the Colonels.
Personal foul,
horse collar
on Anderson. They offset, guys, back up the field.
So a minute 27, and that play never happened.
Well,
tell that to the guy that got tackled down there.
I think if I'm Bourbon, I just take a knee and try
I'm not sure what they're. I'm not sure why they're running plays.
Yeah. I just take a knee and get out of here.
I don't agree with this. This game is well in hand. Back up, take a knee. If Anderson County wants to take a timeout, that's on them.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I hate to see a coach try to rub it in or whatever this is.
Bourbon goes 4 wide.
I mean, Bourbon still has their starting quarterback in the game.
Oh.
And that's a good way to get somebody hurt.
That was Tanner Watts in there. Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand this. Just take a knee and get out of here. I mean, twist a knee, twist an ankle.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Commodore was hung out to dry there. If somebody gets a squared up hit on him, it's just unnecessary bumps. But we're under 30. Well, we're at 30 seconds right now. Colonels only have to run one more play.
Yeah, there's Anderson. Anderson's got a lot of backups in there. Yeah, they're going to take a knee.
Yep. Estes gets up under center.
Yep.
And this is a victory formation right here.
All right.
There we go.
Okay. The final score is going to be Bourbon 41, Anderson 21, and we'll be back here in just a minute.
Today's game is brought to you by Century Bank. Anderson County is where our heart is. Century Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Running a business takes a lot of focus and dedication. Keeping up with the ever-changing tax laws and keeping up with all the numbers behind your business, while necessary, can cause distraction and even a little anxiety. That's where Charles T. Mitchell, certified public accountants, come in. They've been helping local businesses run smoothly since 1964. They've got the experience and quality you deserve, and they'll put your mind at ease. Taxes, accounting, and assurance services for your business. Charles T. Mitchell, CTMCPA.com.
Miss Sylvia, this is John from Anderson Apothecary. I was just calling to see how you were feeling today.
John goes above and beyond for each and every customer that we have.
He jumped right on it. If someone needed help, John would be the first guy there. No questions asked, nothing. He'll be there.
John just wanted to open a hometown pharmacy just to take better care of his customers.
Well, I sure am glad you're feeling better. We're going to be bringing your medication by here just shortly. Is there anything else I can pick up for you?
If you haven't met John yet, come out and meet him, and you'll like him just as much as we do.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Hurricane Bay Car Wash, voted once again the best car wash in Anderson County. Hurricane Bay Car Wash, open 24 hours and located right next door to Wendy's on Highway 127 South.
So when you think about a banking relationship, you want someone who's going to be there with you in good times and particularly in bad times. And when we think about traditional bank, that's the kind of partnership and family member we're looking for. They have the same values we have, they care for their people, and they want you to do well. My name is Heedley Bell, and I am the managing partner of Mill Ridge Farm.
Well, Clint, it wasn't the result that the Bearcats were looking for, but this is a young team, and when you make mistakes as a young team, you get scores like 41-21 to a rival, Bourbon County.
And you lose your best play. I mean, they lost Isaiah Fitzpatrick halfway through the second quarter, I believe, and I mean that's Anderson's main offensive threat, and so we just hope he's okay. I noticed that we had a couple other players that didn't come back for the second half, and you still got games to go. You still got 3 games.
It doesn't have a lot of numbers as it is, so that's when you lose important players, it really hurts on a team like this.
Yeah.
Bourbon County, they look pretty good. I mean, they look like they could throw the ball. They look like they had some offensive weapons, and they were able to move the ball up and down the field.
Well, Anderson secondary hasn't been good all year. I mean, they've struggled in the secondary. I mean, when once again they're playing a lot of kids that hadn't played before or hadn't played for a couple of years, and it's what you get. You're just going to have to just try and build on this and play hard and see what happens.
So tomorrow, Bluegrass Sports Network has soccer. You can catch our website, kybsn.com, for that. Monday, Tuesday next week, volleyball. No football next Friday. Everybody is away. And our friends at the plant board have one of the local Frankfurt games. So we will be off for football next Friday.
Well, Lane, let me say this. Boyle County High School has a YouTube site that they do the games on Friday night. So you can catch Anderson Boyle County game on Boyle County's and Boyle County station, and then we'll be back here in 2 weeks.
So we're glad everyone tuned in. Thanks to all our friends from Bourbon County for tuning in tonight. There were limited attendance here for home fans and away fans, so we're glad you could tune in and see the Colonels come out with a 41-21 victory. For Keith, I'm Lanny. We will see you next time on the Bluegrass Sports Network.
Good night.